Hi, my name is Marian from mariansmixedmedia, and it's so nice that you are watching. In today's video, I want to give you some inspiration to make beautiful items that you can add later to your journal. So, I am going to work outside of my journal. I call this page filler, and then I don't know if it's a term that already exists, but it popped up in my head because that's literally what it is. And it is not a cluster. I made one just yesterday, and it is more like a cluster. It is a big one, but you can see there's a lot of layers on top of each other. And so this is more like a cluster, and it's certainly not the case with this one. I call this more like a page. And so I'm working outside of my journal, creating a page in my journal. And why am I doing that? I discovered like there are 3 good reasons to do that. First, if the pages in your journal are so thin that you cannot work that well with much water or sprays, it is very easy to do it outside of your journal on a thicker paper. And 2, it is much easier to stamp and glue because there are no underlaying bulky pages. And 3, and that is my main reason to do it, is that I can make several of them, several page fillers, and I choose the one I like the most, or the ones, if there are more. And I can easily discard when something's not to my taste, or, well, a technique fails or something, and I don't have to rip out a page of my journal. It can be a really good thing if you have a journal and you're like, I don't know how I'm going to fill this journal and I don't want to spoil any page. So this is a really good way to start off your journal. So this page filler I already made, but it's not quite ready because it is here in my hands and not in my journal. But I can show you how I want it. So if I have my journal here and it's already a bit bulky and I go to an empty page, let's see, just pick random one. And this will fit on my page. I have not taken an exact measurement, but I have kept in mind that it is a size that will fit on my page and have a bit of space around. So if something sticks out, it can. So this has to integrate on the page. You can glue it on like this, but maybe it needs a little bit extra to really integrate. But we're going to discuss that later, because first I want to make some more of these page fillers. This page started out like so. And it can look a little bit overwhelming going from this to this. And I'm going to make it easy for you because I'm going to divide this project into 3 steps. We're going to stay in the 3. And first step is that we're going to make a background. The second step is that we're then going to embellish the background further to that it becomes a page filler. And then the third step is that we're going to integrate it on the page in a journal. I was thinking about around 3 more page fillers, making that, and see which ones I like the most. Maybe I will like all 3 of them, and that would be very nice, and then put it in my journal. And I am using everything out of my all the products I have. So my last videos were all about the products I was had ordered lately, and now I'm going to integrate everything I have. So that's also something you can do. So if you want to craft along with me, you can. I will do this step by step. And because it's a 3-step process, it will also be 3 videos. And so you can craft along and catch up if you need to. So we are going to make first some backgrounds, and I'm going to do different ones. I think I'm going to do one maybe with stamping and stencils, and doing one maybe from a beautiful paper from a Paperpack. And let's see, a third one I have to think about. Maybe some book pages. Let's see. My creativity and my ideas mostly start when I start. So I have to start crafting, and the ideas will come. So it's a really great way to experiment techniques, combining the different items you have, all the paints and inks and stamps and stencils and everything you have, and to see if you can create something with that. And of course, if you already have a journal, it is nice to keep it in that kind of style of colors that you want. So if you so far like the idea where we go to, maybe you can like the video, because that will give me more input if how many people like my video. So that it's very nice if you want to do that. I would also like to say to everyone that's commenting on my videos, thank you so much. It means the world to me. All those nice comments and encouragements made that I picked up the pace and started video making again, because it was a little bit in a slum of some things that took my attention, and yes, I needed that very much. So thank you, and let's get crafting together. And first we're going to make some backgrounds. This page has a little bit of a Halloween vibe. The black also helps, of course, but the background is made with collage paper, the Halloween one from Holtz. So I think that will help for the Halloween vibe. But you see that there are not that many embellishments on the page. It is collage paper, and I used some spray paints on it, and that's kind of it for the background. So that's not that much. Then I used some different die cuts because I want to integrate all the different dies I have. So there are some different sets here, and this is a little piece of just box filler from an order I got, and I stamped it and inked it. And let's see, I put a tab on the page. I roughed the edges with the scissors, and I made this cute little thing, and it was a die from Gummiapan. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it was a gift from an order I did with craft shop Doeding. Thank you, Doeding, for that, because I made a really nice little book out of it. I put it on a pin, and put a little coin and a bead on it, and well, there you have it. So I want to make one page more with a background of collage paper, a different one, and that's going to be this one, the entomology. I haven't worked with this one yet. I have some different collage papers, but this one I haven't used yet. And of course the butterflies The butterfly is really nice, but this paper, this one is not that big, so the butterfly, or it has to be on the sides. Well, then it doesn't fit. So maybe I will take a different one. I kind of like the grid here with this butterfly and all the text. So I could use this piece. Let's see. It has the same height as my page, so I could use like this part. So I'm just going to select what I find interesting for my page. My journal is more vintage, shabby vintage vibe. No, not really shabby, just a hint of it. But I think this is possible to do that. Otherwise, it would be, let's see, it could be this fly, also possible with these texts, which is also very nice, kind of like this one, with this text on the side. Let's see. What do I like? I think I'm going to do this. Yes. So I'm going to take my big scissors and cut this piece off. And then I'm just going to cut a piece not on the butterfly, because probably going to use that for something. Really like that one, but I think it needs to be kind of a centerpiece of something. So I can just roll it back on this and save it for later. Okay, so now I'm going to work with this. So that's first what I'm going to do. I'm going to glue. So I have a Mod Podge. I have two. I have one with an antique color in it. Maybe going to use that, because then I immediately have some color. You can put some color here, but if you use glue, it will be kind of all mushy. So it's better to put this. And I have just a transparent Mod Podge, but I think I'm going to use my colored one. I've just decided I'm going to do that. And that's this one. It has a little bit of color in it, and it will fit with my journal. So I'm going to put some glue on the page. Sometimes I put some, let's do that, a little bit of fine mist on it. Otherwise the glue will dry out so fast. And I really need it to be a little bit wet for the collage paper. Need some time to put it on. I'm using the wrong brush for this, but I have a collage brush. But okay, this is also doing the job. Okay, then just put this on. Let's see. This text is kind of if you put one corner right, then the rest also has to be and when it gets wet, it's the paper is getting a little bit bigger, so then, and when it dries it shrinks a little bit, so that's the little bit of the difficulty, but it doesn't have to be that neat. So if there's a crease or anything in it, I don't mind. It just gives a little bit of texture. But I don't want an air pocket, so I want it on very straight. No, not straight, flat. But it will also be interesting. Maybe I will do that with a different background, because that's what I'm thinking about now. It would be interesting if it just sticks out of the page, or, and don't glue it on flat. But that would be like the experiment number 2. So now we have this. You can see there's a little bit of color, just a hint. And now I just want to have some color in this background. And I'm going to use the colors of my journal, and that's the H mahogany. Let's see, that's this one. And the peeled paints, this one. So these colors are the colors that I'm going to use. And I don't have to necessarily use both of them, but I'm going to use it. Let's see. Kind of thinking about doing the wings. And it would be nice to do that in a green. But the page is almost dry, so I can take a brush. I have my watercolor brush, but it doesn't, my brush doesn't have like a really constant flow with water. I don't know if that's the case with you, because I always take some extra water. And then let's just see what kind of result I get. I could also do some embossing if I want to, but I'm not sure right now. Just thinking about it. Because I have bought like an embossing pen, so I can just do some lines. That would be very nice to do that. All right, so these are the wings. It's a really nice result. And let's see. I think that what I want to do is that I want to ink it a little bit with a dabber. And let's see, I didn't prepare in getting a wipe. Let me just get that. And then cutting this. So right now it is still a little bit wet, but this is okay. Let's see. I think I want to use a little bit of the maybe old paper. And let's just see if I like it. I do like this. Yes. The text has a lot of beautiful texture in it, so it's kind of finished. I only need to do something with color. And I'm going in with this. Making a really big border. And it's nice that it is bright in the middle to have a little bit of depth. And maybe I'm going to see if I'm gonna put another darker color. Let's see. First gonna put a lot of colors on. Well, not a lot, but all the colors I want. I do like this result. Let's see, do I want to grab another color? Do I want a green or a brown? Let's see. Maybe vintage photo, because I don't want really a dark brown. And let's see if this will... This is nice combination. Yes, this gives a really nice color. And let's not do it everywhere. Maybe just like this. I think this is a very quick way to get a background. So to go from entirely white to color. So I started out like this, and with some collage paper and a little bit of color, you already get this. And we can go a lot of ways with this, and I think I'm going to give it some water splatters, and I'm also going to do a dark small edging. Well, I can do that right away, of course. Let's do that. I take the favorite scorched timber, and then it gives it a nice frame. I like the feeling of collage paper. It is a little bit of spongy feeling. Okay, so I'm going to do some water splatters. Okay, let's clear the table. I have just a small frame to work in. Clean it. And then I think I'm going to give it a blast, and then I will. So I dried it, and I just want to do something more with it. And I first thought I would get out a spray stain, but it can get too much very quickly. So I have these weird stamps. I'm not a flower maker, but these are stamps for to put inside of the flower. But I thought it would be interesting to use to make some dots. I don't know. I'm not sure which one to use. Yeah, let's use the big one. And then I'm just gonna do it by hand, so not on a acrylic block. And I'm going to bend it like this. And let's see. Do I want to test it first on a strip? See what this does. Just makes little dots. So I kind of like it. So let's try it. What do you think? So it just highlights the shape I made using this line, and having here a lighter spot and here a lighter spot. And I want to try to keep that. But I want to look at as interesting as possible. And there are several ways, of course, to do that. And this is just, again, experimenting. I think it's interesting now, more than it was before. So it's always the question of when do you stop? Almost. I think I'm almost there. This vintage photo is really nice on this page. So now I'm going to leave this background and go on to the next one, because I'm going to let this also in my head, or in my, I don't know where, my creative space. It will, I will get an idea of what I want to do on it. I don't know right now. I have really no idea. But probably tomorrow when I wake up, I have ideas. So I'm going to let this background also have a good dry and move on to the next one. So let's see. I wanted to do, let's clear the stamps. And this, let's see, I wanted to do something with stencil and stamping, and I was not sure if I want to use a text stamp, but with the collage I also have text, so maybe I'm not going to do text stamp. I wanted to use, I have a really nice new stencil, and I really would like to use it, and it fits with the theme of my journal, because it looks a little bit like vintage wallpaper. So I like this one, and then I would like to use a stamp on it. Let's see. I have the French advertisements, French ads, and I haven't used this one. And it is a big one, but I like it. I don't know. I already have used this one. It is a really nice one. This to make patterns with. Yeah, I'm not sure, because these stamps are really big. Just let's see, because I do like this one. It fits on the page. This one would also be really nice. We could just do it, and then put some nice focal point here. Or I can use this one to make a pattern. What was my first idea, to do that. I think I'm going to do that, because that was my first idea. And I want to do it. So let's do that. Gotta make a decision. So the only thing I need to do, does this fit? No, need a bigger one, is choosing 2 colors that will go really nice in the background for the stencil and for the stamp. And I think I'm going to use distress inks. And let's see which colors I'm going to use. I have this one. I also have, because green, I can use greens. I have a bundled sage that is really, I could use these 2. Really pastel-y, not really my style, but I gotta do some different things. Also use the vintage photo, but that's, you know, a color we always fall back to because it's such a nice color. No, not going to do vintage photo. I think about doing the bundled sage, and I really am hesitant to make it so pastel. Oh, let's see, what do I have? I do have tea dye, which is also very nice. Tea dye and bundled sage. Let's see, that's blues. I'm not gonna use, not gonna use blues. Rusty hinge. No blues. This is black and ground espresso. That's kind of my array of colors right now. I don't have any more, and I have some oxides. And I could do frayed burlap, but that's really... Should I do a test again? Let's do a test. So this is my test strip, and I'm fairly sure I want to use the bundled sage. Do I already have a dabber for that? Let's see. Bundled sage, that is peeled paint. Pick a new one. And put this one off. Okay. I do like this. So the bundled sage is a keeper for this stencil. This stencil is so gorgeous. Okay, so that is the bundled sage. And then let's see, just going to use only the corner piece. Not bad. Now we're going for the Victorian velvet. Not bad. Okay. And then I have the frayed burlap. Is this dry? Let's make it a little bit dry. And then we have this one. Ooh, that's very dark. Which one do we like? Kind of like the frayed burlap, but I need to make it a bit lighter than that. I think I like the frayed burlap the most. I don't know what you like the best, but I'm going for the frayed burlap. So I don't know, maybe is it safe for me, these colors, but I do like them. So let's first go for the stenciling, and this stencil is not as wide as the paper, but I can also do like segments. I haven't really thought about it. That would be interesting instead of doing the whole thing. Let's do that. Okay, look at that, so lovely. And I like that it fades, that you have like darker spots and lighter spots. So let's see if I can organically make it a little bit like this, in a curve, like this. Really nice. I like this. And then the bottom parts I can do like a bit curvy like this. Let's see if this will work. I'm so focused, I'm not really checking if I'm in frame, but I have to be because I was laying this really white media mat exactly in the frame of the camera. I think I need to, yeah, I think I want to see if I can, well, it's really easy to put it on there and then continue. This is really nice. Look at that. It's, the background is like really just with one stencil and one paint. It's not that hard to make a white background interesting. So let's see. Then the frayed burlap, but then it has to be not that thick in color. And then I'm gonna move in like this and then repeat the pattern. I'll move in like this. And maybe I want to not do it entirely, but just a little bit. I'm thinking as I'm doing. Let's see. Let's see if I can, if I put this frayed burlap on and then get my tissue, my wipe, and put some of the color back. Let's see. There has to be some element of excitement in it, right? And then maybe not press that hard. Oh, this is really great. I love it. And then repeating it. Yes, I know what I want to do. I first thought I wanted to make a really solid pattern, but I'm not going to. Yes, I like this. And then what should I do next? And then maybe repeat it here. Or there. Maybe here. Because here's some white space. And I can do it like this. Yes. That's what I'm going to do. So how do you make these kinds of decisions? It's just kind of quieting your thinking what's in your forehead. I'm pointing to my forehead, but you don't see it. It is another kind of thinking. You do think, of course, but it's thinking with your eyes. Is that it? Great. I like this. Let's see the next one. The next one's going to be important where I'm going to place this, but maybe I'm not going to do it here, but only here. Or a small one here. Let's see. I like it when I see crafting videos with crafters that do this, that I like it. Then I'm going to think with them, and mostly they choosing the spots that I already had in my head. We crafters think alike. I think it's going to be here. And do we need one more? Maybe, oh, there's a lot of frayed burlap on this wipe. Maybe I need just a little imprints here. Just to give it something that's running off the page. Yeah, just a little bit. Like this. Okay, what do you think? That gives a lot of interest to the page and very different in color than the other page. I don't even know where I put it. I put it to the side, but now I have so many things here laying to the side, so I will find it. But this is very interesting. And then when you give it some edging, because that's what I'm going to do. And what we're going to, well, of course, the frayed burlap, let's do that. Let's see how this will integrate with the stamping. Oh, this is so nice. Look at that. How lovely that is. Can also use it a little bit maybe in the stamp, but let's do this distressing first. Let's see where we get. But I do like it. I'm very happy with this color combination. It's a really strange color, the frayed burlap. But strange in a good way. Really lovely. And if I put some in the stamp, oh, I love this. Really nice. So are the things I like the most, this kind of experimenting. And I'm in my zone, I'm getting quiet. I'm usually not that quiet. I like talking, chatting. Yes, I think this is very interesting. Looks great. So what was I thinking of adding? I think for a background, I don't mind that there is white in it. I don't mind it at all. No, I like it like this, and I think this is background number 2. And it's very still, for my liking, very with straight edges. I normally would like it more organically, but I don't, I like it when it's a straight edge. Yes. I'm curious what I'm going to build on this page. Curious already. So I'm gonna clear this away and then we get to a third one. I think I have time for a third one. I wanted to put it aside, but in the moment I did it, I thought, no, I want to add something, and I added some extra stenciling, and this is the stitches, and I grabbed the Scotch timber, and I thought, let's put on the camera because then you will miss it. And because when I'm busy, then it can go very fast, you know, with the ideas. Let's see. And then I want, maybe it's that the white I want to just a little bit in the white space. This has to be a little bit more. Yeah. Let's see, is this enough? No, it's not. There. And I want to put something here. I think, yes, I think I'm going to do it like this. So I added some of this axis, and now it's quite more busy than it was. So this will be a background, and then I have another background, but I'm going to do that. Well, you see it right away, but for me it will be the next morning because it's already late and I want to have a cup of tea before I'm going to bed. But I already know that the third background will be this one. It is the next morning and I am bubbling with ideas, and this one is kind of already a background, so I'm not going to do that much. But let me show you the paper pack it comes from. I recently bought it, and it is the Harmonious Hot Podge from Annette Green from Elizabeth Crafts Designs, and there are a lot of patterns on here, and I bought it because I love the colors and I love the different patterns, and I like working with patterns. So although this is not exactly my style, it is nice to use something that is not entirely your style. Maybe you like the colors, but then you're going to balance it with your own style. So that's what I'm going to do. So the only thing right now I'm going to do is put a text stamp on it, and then I'm already having ideas about embellishing it, but that will be the next video. And then I'm starting, I think, with this one because I have the most ideas with this one. And I have a text stamp. I've tried it out on a piece of paper because I didn't know if this text stamp was still any good, because I bought it second hand and without any packaging. And it's this one. And it's the biggest, one of the biggest text stamps I have, and it's just like a cursive handwriting, and I like that. It fits with the vintage style. And I did a little tryout and I like it. So what I want to do is I just want to put a corner here with the text stamp. That's the only thing I want to do. Let's see. And I think I just want to take this corner. Yes. That's about it. It's not much, but you will understand in the next video because I have ideas with this background. And then you will understand why I did only this. Let's see. If I hadn't any ideas about the background, then I would probably put some more text stamps all around. But I have an idea about the embellishment, and then it will just get tucked under an embellishment, and well, okay, so this is it. So that's not much. But you already see that the design gets a little bit broken. So the really vertical stripes, it's really harsh, the stripes. With a text stamp, with a cursive text stamp, you break it up and then it gets a little bit more softer. And because I'm using a black color, it gives also a lot of contrast. So let's see. Then I have this background and my other two. So this is the result. This paper is a little bit bigger, but it fits in my journal. Doesn't really matter the size. So these are the three I'm going to work with in my next video, embellishing it so they become really nice pages for in my journal. So see you in the next video.